What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be talking about mods you could buy for under $50 for this 2014 Mustang. Now, you could probably do this for a variety of other cars as well, but for the sake of this video, we're going to be talking about the Mustang. If you guys haven't watched the last video, we put some Amazon racing seats inside this Mustang. They look absolutely gorgeous, and I was stunned about how awesome they look. If you guys are interested in that video, I'm going to put the link up in this video. A lot of you guys that are watching this video right now probably don't want to drop $200, $300, $500,000 on car mods in your car because you currently can't afford it right now. You just want to get a little bit of a taste, a little bit of a lick of exactly what you're going to enjoy on your car without having to drop a bag to go and make your car look cool. And you just want to look for a little bit of things here and there to make it to where when you can afford those things one day, you can definitely purchase it. Because I know right now, currently everybody's going through tough times right now, considering the fact that gas is through the roof. And I don't like to brag about expensive trips or vacations or anything like that, but it seems like my most expensive trip is always to the gas station. Again, we're going to be talking about mods you can buy for under $50 for your Mustang. A lot of the stuff I'm gonna be describing to you guys right now is not necessarily everything that you could buy for $50, but things that I personally have added on my car, or maybe even ideas I think would be a great addition to this car. But I've come to the point now where I was talking to my buddy Joe that you guys seen in the previous videos, that I've already spent pretty much every little cheap mod that you can get for your car that I could personally like. And so I'm come to the point where now I'm stuck having to spend $200, $300, $500, or even again $1,000 on mods just so I can make my car exactly the way I like it. Everything takes time. You got to be patient. It's no race for anyone. You're only going at the pace for yourself, because who are you trying to impress? So some of the mods that I found that I personally believe are some great additions to this car, and some of these things you might be having to add to your car first before you can go ahead and go and buy this product. And I'm going to be bringing up the first right now, and that is a rear backup camera. Backing up. Backing up. This car currently did not come with a rear backup camera. It came with this weird plastic junky ass calculator for the radio, and it didn't come with anything but buttons. Like, I mean, buttons are cool and all, but when you got a million of them, you don't even really know what to click. And some of the features, I didn't even know what I was doing. I just literally clicked and I just knew what the aux, Bluetooth, and how to switch my radio, and sometimes the AC and the heater. I didn't really ever use it. Believe it or not, since I live in Vegas, it's kind of odd that I don't use the AC, but trust me, ask a lot of my friends that say I'm a cheap ass guy, I don't want to spend it on gas. Who are they laughing at now? Anyways, this car didn't come with a touchscreen, and I ended up having to add a touchscreen that was $400. Though on the other hand, the prices vary from here and there. I understand the purpose of this video is you're not over here trying to spend $400 on a radio system, and I get that. But when you do end up getting that radio system, you can actually get a fairly cheap backup camera. I ended up getting mine for, I think it was like $24 or $35, something like that. It wasn't even really that expensive, but it definitely made a difference on the inside of the car, where it really felt like it upgraded the technology inside the car, and it made you feel like you're driving in something better than you first purchased it off the lot. Now, this is a popular mod in the Mustang community, and I feel like this is one that I should definitely mention in this video. And I ended up getting this as a backup because I needed it, just because I didn't have a backup, and that is getting a spare key. And a lot of you guys like using the 2015 Mustang keys, and you're curious how you can get a 2015 Mustang key. Answer that question, I don't know. I really don't. I ended up going somewhere and actually getting this program because my car never came with a second key. Whoever had the car last didn't give me the second key, so I only had one, so I definitely needed a spare, and I wanted to definitely upgrade this. And this might not be everybody's taste, but I definitely feel it looks a lot better than that janky ass key that they give you from factory. Now, this thing is absolutely beautiful, and I love this, and I don't ever use it because it looks too beautiful in my opinion. But other than that though, if you want to be able to upgrade and feel like you get a little bit better of a taste in your car whenever you start it, even though it's a very minor difference, it really feels like you're driving something more luxury than you really are. Another very popular mod that I don't really see too often, but I see a lot of people have talked about it, and also a lot of people as well have asked me about this in the comment section, or even just asked me about this in person. And I've seen this off one movie, and there's also one person I ended up seeing this in Las Vegas over at a car meet that gave me the greatest idea to go do it, but in a different color as well, and that is the dash lights on your car. Now, I'm not talking about the premium lights where they already come pre-factory built. I'm talking about the lights that you've seen for the Need for Speed movie. If you guys haven't watched the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about, with the Mustang that has the blue lights all around the dash that covers the whole entire thing. It looks absolutely gorgeous in my opinion. I definitely need to do that for my car. I ended up choosing white because obviously I have a white car, and that is one of my favorite mods in the car for a relatively cheap price. I think I ended up getting it for like $12. They have a variety of different colors, from like red, green, blue, and there's probably a bunch of random other colors I could really give a crap about, but I ended up choosing white because I wanted white. And they're holding up very well. In my opinion, it should have came factory on a Mustang, like from the 2011 to 2014 models, but maybe even the 2005 model years. Other than that though, it's a universal mod. You could literally stick it anywhere. You just stick it in the cracks and crevices right in between wherever you wanted to put it. I ended up wiring mine to a switch, so I didn't have to worry about plugging it into a 12 volt all the time, because it does come with a 12 volt. But if you wanted to clean it up, make it look nice, it is definitely a tasteful mod that anybody who comes in your cars and be like, wow, that looks badass. Now I don't have this mod anymore and I ended up giving this to Joe just for the fact that I didn't need it anymore and it didn't really flow with exactly what I was doing. And if you guys didn't watch this video a couple videos back, I ended up putting a carbon fiber license plate surround all around the backside of my car that Joe ended up purchasing for me, and that thing is absolutely gorgeous. It's probably one of my favorite mods that are currently on the car, and that is going ahead and getting a carbon fiber license plate frame. There's a variety of different carbon fiber license plate frames you could choose from 3D to 4D, wherever the case may be, but I ended up purchasing mine off Amazon, and a lot of the parts I'm talking to you guys about right now came from Amazon exactly, because at the time I didn't have money for it, and I still don't have money for the stuff I have. I just somehow pull through and just try to make sure I get the stuff I like, eventually save up, be patient, and keep moving forward from there. As for the license plate frame, you could really clean up the back end of your car just a little bit by doing little minor tastes here and there that you might recognize, or somebody who is very detailed about stuff might recognize as well, and that carbon fiber license plate frame could really spice up the rear end of your car and make it look very, very clean. Now, the only downside about it though that I've realized that over a period of time, I don't know if it's because of considering that I live in Vegas and it gets stupid hot out here. Anyways, I've realized that the clear coat on there could sometimes turn yellow a little bit, but it took many years for that. It actually ended up holding up pretty well. So if you guys are looking for a small little upgrade for a very affordable price, I paid around $20 for it. I believe you can go ahead with different other colors as well. You can buy a front to back, or just a back, or just a front, whatever the case may be, whatever your taste buds, go for it. And other than that though, I ended up enjoying that piece for quite a while. I think I had it on the car for about 2 years, and it was one of those great pieces you could definitely have on your car that really spices up the rear end. And it was real carbon fiber weave. It just wasn't the greatest quality carbon fiber weave. Another great mod that you could add to your Mustang that really changes the whole appearance of it without even really anybody noticing too much. I know that sounds very contradicting, but trust me, if you're a Mustang guy, you'll know that those subtle differences were changed, and that is getting the side marker lights for your car for the front and rear. And you can get them for, again, a relatively affordable price along with everything else, because again, I'm talking about mods that are under $50. I ended up getting these LED ones the front end of my car for, I think it was like 25-30 bucks, and the rear end's another 25 to 30 bucks. The math, that ends up going over $50. But if you're doing little increments of time where you're purchasing one thing after another here and there, then that $50 really becomes irrelevant to you. But other than that though, those side marker lights ended up holding up super well, and I absolutely love how they look. They really changed the appearance of the car. I've gone through 2 sets, not because the last one turned to be shit, but it was only because I wanted to try something different. I want to try something new. I wanted to be able to have a white LED light in the front instead of having the yellow beam. There's so many different options you could choose from the yellow to the white, and also rear end you can go tinted or you can go clear. You can do whatever you want. Continue with the awesome mods that we're talking about with this car that a lot of you guys probably are saying, oh, these are some bullshit mods, but for me, I felt like they were awesome at the time when I ended up purchasing them. You want to check your regulations with your state for this, but for me, since I live in Nevada, we hardly have any horrible car laws with the exception of a few things here and there. But other than that though, they're pretty lenient out here about a lot of things, and so if you've been out to Vegas or even just live out here, you'll know that exactly, that they just really don't give a shit what you do as long as you're not causing any harm. And that is changing your turn signal lights.
Could you be any slower? And you've had your blinker on for the last 5 blocks.
Now, I don't know how every state is, but for the state of Nevada, you are able to have white LED lights, or you can have amber lights. I ended up choosing the white lights because I felt like it was a lot more classy, it looks a lot more clean, and I definitely love it because whenever I do turn on my lights, it looks very, very sharp. And I would never, ever, ever go back to the yellow lights because they just look piss poor boring. And these look really, really good, and hopefully this has encouraged you to use your damn blinkers, because a lot of you out there don't even know you have them in your damn car, and I don't know if you're going straight, back, left, right, up, down, wherever the hell you're going. You guys feel like you own the damn road. So hopefully this has encouraged you to feel cool one day and use your damn blinkers.
Something is wrong with you people. What the hell has this world come to?
This next model I'm going to be talking to you guys about, you guys actually don't have to spend $1 on the damn thing unless you just don't have the tool. But other than that though, this thing I've talked about in my previous videos already, and if you guys have been following up on my videos, you guys will probably know exactly where I'm going with this, and that is the Shorty Antenna. A lot of you guys probably don't like having that RC car antenna on the back of your car. Trust me, because I didn't. And I sure as hell didn't want to go out and spend, I think it was like $25 on an antenna, when all I could do is literally just cut it. It works the same exact way. I'm not saying I encourage you to do it, but I ended up doing that for my car. Realize I have had no issues whatsoever. Obviously, if you go ahead and go get a Shorty antenna, your signal is going to be a little bit shorter than if you had a taller antenna, but really nothing changed at all. And the only thing I really did is cut it and put a cap over it and called it a day, and it looks like as if I just ended up buying a Shorty antenna for my car. And I ended up saving myself $25. I could put that $25 towards something else I might want for the future end of this car. One of the most important mods, and I've been upset about editing this video if I realized I forgot about that, and that is adding carbon fiber pieces on the dash of your car, or other little small interior pieces on your car as well. You can get them for a really good price as well on eBay, Amazon. They're actually stick-on pieces you can add to different spots in the interior of your car. You can get them again for a really good price. I think you can get each little piece, depending on the size of it, for as much as $20 all the way up to 50. Sometimes it could be more depending on what website you're, but it's a real carbon fiber weave that holds up really, really nice, and it really cleans up the interior completely. I'm so glad I was able to switch over from that, and that was one of those mods I ended up keeping on the car just because it looks that clean. Two more mods I'm gonna talk about, and I know I'm kind of going overboard with everything I'm talking about currently at the moment, but I want to help you guys as best as I possibly can, because I know when I ended up first getting this car, it was a little tough to be able to figure out exactly what mods I wanted, and I just needed to figure out something where I could be like, okay, this would be a cool mod, I'm gonna add it for a little bit and then just yank it off later, or you end up keeping it for a long period of time. And one of them that I'm gonna be talking about that I ended up doing immediately is getting brake caliper paint. Now, I'm not saying go ahead and go and get some spray paint that you go ahead and use for like wood or some shit. I'm talking about actually using high caliber heat paint, and it turns out very, very good and looks awesome. At times you're gonna have to retouch it up here and there, but other than that though, if you're looking to give your car a little bit more of a sporty look, painting your calipers yellow, red, blue, white, whatever color you want, could definitely clean up the outside of the car and make it look a lot more sporty than it originally came from factory. Now, the very last mod that I'm gonna be talking about, and I get a lot of questions about this as well, oddly, because I didn't think anybody's gonna be really interested in this, but I do get a handful of people who do ask me, and honestly, I don't even know where I got them. I know that sounds weird, I ended up getting them as a gift, but they turned out to be really, really cool. For those of you guys that are in very rainy states or even countries, you'll know exactly that this is a great mod to have, and that is having the window louvers. I'm not talking about the cheese grater in the back of your window, I'm talking about over your driver and passenger side window. Look really, really good on the outside of the car as well. And the thing is though, is you gotta take some time to get used to it because you're really not used to it. And the weird part about it is that you have to stick them in a very specific spot, and if you don't, your window's gonna hit it. Because on the 2014 Mustangs, I don't know how it is on the other model year Mustangs, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty similar, is the fact that the window creaks down whenever you open your car. So if your battery's dead and you go to open your car, you're yanking that whole thing apart like how I have before. So other than that, those are my top $50 mods you could buy for your Mustang. If you guys have any questions or any recommendations you would like me to give you that I'd probably be horrible at giving it, leave them in the comment section down below. Please like, subscribe, and if you guys aren't following my TikTok, please follow it down below. I post majority of the time on that over any other platform that I post on. And if you guys like my content, you know exactly where to find that as well. Again, thank you guys all so much for watching this video. We had to stray off just a little bit from all the install videos, but we got plenty more coming here in the future. Thank you guys all so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.